Hello, thank you for joining me. Welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're making something very special, and what I'm making today is roti. Now our Bajans know roti, our Bajans love roti. If you live out of Barbados, you live in the United States, United Kingdom, wherever you live, and you're going back to the Barbados, I know for a fact, because I was one of those people, that I said the first thing I want to get when I get to Barbados is a roti. And the first place you end up stopping is at Slit, right? Slit knows so well that all Bajans come, they need a roti, that they put a Slit right in the airport, so you don't have too far to go. Well, today I am going to show you how to make roti at home, so you don't have to crave Slit. You will say, Slit who? Right? You make your own roti. So I am going to show you today exactly how to do it. And these rotis are going to have split pea in the center. You know how you have that split pea? But we're going to do that. So let's get started. But before we get started, don't forget to just give me a subscribe. Hit that little red button that says subscribe. And if you like the video, guys, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends who also want to do the same thing. So let's start cooking. The first thing we're going to do is make the dough. After I make the dough, I'm going to do the split peas. But I want to do it like one section at a time, so you would know exactly how this is being done. So let's start with our dough. Right here, I have to get started. I have in this bowl 2.5 cups of flour that's already sieved. I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and I have half a teaspoon of baking soda, and I have here 1 teaspoon of oil. This is coconut oil, but you can use vegetable oil or whatever oil you have, but this is coconut oil I have here. And in here I have 1.5 cups of water. Okay, so let's go ahead now and start to assemble. So we're gonna pour in our baking powder, our baking soda, and we're going to use our hands for this, guys. But before we do, let's just go ahead and combine everything we have here together. There we go. And now we're going to take our hot water. Make sure your water is hot, because the hot water brings everything together. So we're going to put some water in there, and we're going to use our hand. We're trying to make a dough ball. So we're going to bring this together. So you're going to add your water slowly, because you're not going to use the full amount of water, but you're going to, and that would of course depends on how much you're doing, but you want to don't add too much at one time. You just add a little bit at a time. Add a little more of that. This is going to make about 5 to 6 dough balls, or I should say roti skins. This will make about 5 to 6, what I have here. Okay guys, so you just keep punching it down and do this for like 5 minutes or so. Punching it down like this for like about 5 minutes. But this is what you're looking for right here, guys. This is what you're looking for right here. See that nice ball? I see I did not use all the water, but you have enough water, because depends on what kind of flour you're using. You might need a little more, a little less, but you have enough just in case, okay? And I think I punched this down good enough, so this feels pretty good right here. So now your oil that I have here, now you can take your oil and just put your oil on that like that. And then you're going to leave that in here. And of course, guys, I'm making like 5 to 6, and if you want to make more, you just double up on your recipe. Okay, so I have a wet paper towel here, and I'm gonna put the wet paper towel over it because I'm gonna let this sit for about 40 to 45 minutes. So the paper towel here is gonna stop the top of it from getting hard. So I put the paper towel, and then I'm gonna take one of my cloths and just put a cloth on top of it and just sit it for like another 40 minutes. Rest that over there. So now we're gonna start on making our split peas that is gonna go on the inside. So let me get all of that together, and I'll show you exactly what we're gonna be using. So I have here 1.5 cups of split pea, and I have my water on the stove boiling. So what I'm gonna do now, over here to my sink, I'm gonna wash my split peas and then put them on to boil. Make sure my water is not too hot. Put my split peas in here. And I'm going to let these split peas boil. I'll tell you exactly how long it takes. And this would all depends on the temperature on your stove. I have my stove now on medium. Guys, I also have in here, I have in here some turmeric powder. I'm going to put a little turmeric in there. I just pour a little bit. I didn't measure it and so on. I don't think you need to measure it. You just put a little bit in there. Our split pea is yellow already, but that just gives it a nice color. Okay? And of course, we know turmeric is very good for you, or turmeric, whichever you call it. But so now we're gonna let our split peas boil for a little bit. My split peas are finished. All together, they took about 19 minutes, and the peas are still. Oh, that one is a little hard. Ooh, it's hot. The peas, it's a little hot. But you see, it's cooked. So this is about good. So right now, I am going to drain this. Let's go over here. I'm going to drain the water off. I didn't cook it with salt or anything on it, guys. And I am going to let this sit here for a few minutes and cool. Okay, so now my split peas are cool. So I'm going to take my peas now. I have my food processor here to grind this up because we need to grind it. So I'm going to put my peas in here. Let me go ahead and do that. And you see, guys, my peas are cooked as I showed you earlier, but they're I can mash them like that. So that's how you want to cook your peas. Okay, I have over here some culantro, but in different parts of the world this is called by different names. Here it's called culantro, but let me show you exactly what it looks like, just in case you have it home, you're not sure what I'm talking about. This is what I'm using. Okay, Trinidad, they call it by a different name. I don't know what they call it in Barbados because I don't remember seeing it over there, but you may call it by a different name. But here it's called culantro. So I'm going to take some of that, a few leaves, and just drop it in there. In here I have a whole pot of garlic. You know, guys, I like a lot of garlic. So I have a whole pot of garlic. I'm going to put that in there. And I have a little bit of hot pepper. I'm just going to put that in there. I took the seeds out, so hopefully it's not too. I'm going to go ahead and put some black pepper in there. Spice it up a little bit. Some black pepper. And this is cumin, guys. Cumin. I'm going to put a little cumin in there. Just sprinkle. I'm not measuring. I'm just sprinkling. It could be maybe a teaspoon. And a little bit of salt. a little bit of salt, not too much, and sprinkle it in there. And now we're gonna go ahead and blend it. Ooh. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, the plug wasn't in all the way, I don't think. There we go. Our split peas have ground up, but I'm going to tell you guys, if you're going to do it in a food processor, my suggestion is to put a little bit in at a time. I put too much in and then I had to end up taking some out and just put in a little bit at a time. So do that next time. And then you're going to go in with your hands and you just, this is going to make it a little bit softer, so when it go into your dough, it wouldn't break your dough. Okay, so you're gonna combine everything with your hands like this. And I also want you to taste it too, to see if you put enough salt and so on in. I think I'm gonna put a little more salt in there. Now my hands are dirty, but I can do this. I just sprinkle in a little bit, but you don't sprinkle, you just put a little bit in something and put it in there. I don't want you to go sprinkle too much and then you make your stuff too salty. But I can taste the culantro in there, the cumin. It's good. So this is, you know, you just keep. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna taste it again. Good. Ooh, it's good. Nice and spicy. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside, and now we're gonna go back to our dough. So let me wash my hands and I will be right back. So now our dough has risen, not risen, but it has been sitting for a while. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my dough and I'm gonna make some dough balls. So I'm gonna hold my dough like this and just push it through my hand like that and just rip it off. So that's one dough ball. And I'm gonna do the same thing again. And we have here 2, 4, 6 dough balls that we got from there. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do next. Just roll it up in your hand like this and make a ball. This one's a little small. I think that's the last one there. So I'm taking a little piece from the bigger one. And we just make some balls. That's it. Just put it around in your hand like this and make some balls. Good, good. So I'm gonna put these over here on my plate, guys. And I'm gonna take my same cloth that I have, my paper towel, my damp paper towel, and just rest them over here again. And I'm gonna rest them, and I'm gonna rest it here for 5 minutes. I'm gonna give it 5 minutes to sit here so that it's not stressed out, and I'll be back in 5 minutes to continue that. The dough ball has been sitting for 5 minutes. So now let's just go ahead and add. I'm gonna rest this over here. I'm gonna put a little flour on my tray here. And now I'm gonna take my dough ball that I have here and I'm just gonna open it up like this. I just kind of going around the edges really, guys. to open it up. And then what I'll do once I have it open up, I'm gonna take some of my split peas here and just put it in the center. And then all I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just gonna go around with my hand, push that down, and just come around and just pinch it. As you go around, guys, you just pinch it like this, and then you flatten it down, and then you put it on your, and then you flatten it out like that a little bit and put it on my tray. And let me take another one. And I'm just gonna open it up a little bit. Just go around and pinch, mainly from the edges, and just open it up a little bit. Okay, and when I have it open up, I just take some of my bowl and just put in the center. You can put, I'm using my fingers, but you can put like a scoop, like a spoonful or two, depends on, you know, you can put 2.5 spoonfuls if you like a lot of it. I don't like a lot in there, so I just maybe like 1 spoonful, and you just go around and you just pinch it, the top, just pinch. And then you just flatten it out a little bit so that the so that your peas can just go throughout and it's not just settle in one area. You just and put it. All right, so what we're gonna start by doing is put a little flour on our board. Just put a little flour, and I'm gonna push this out a little bit here. Push it out from the center a little bit, but you don't want to push too much on the center. But push it out so it goes out even. You want it throughout. Good. And then I'm gonna take my rolling pin and push it out. Take my rolling pin and push it out. On all sizes, take my rolling pin and push it out. And then I'm going to work on my edge, on the edges, to push them out. See, guys? Then you have to be careful with your dough. Pick my dough up. Turn it over. I'm not putting a lot of flour, but I'm just putting some flour over it. Now I'm gonna push it out, and I'm continue to push it out. See, guys? Take your rolling pin and you're rolling it in your circle. And just put a little flour and just take your rolling pin and roll it out. And now I'm gonna take it up, but I'm gonna be careful. Just wrap it over my arms, and I'm gonna roll it out again some more towards the edges. And I'm trying to be gentle because I don't want to burst it. See, that's a nice and round, guys. Very good. That's what you want to do. You roll it out and you're being gentle. That way you don't burst it. Okay, guys? Here, guys, I'm going to put a little bit of oil. I have some olive oil here. Put a, oops, I'm making a mess. And put the oil all around it. So a little bit of olive oil. Then here, I'm gonna take up my roti skin. Careful, I'm throwing it over my arm, gentle. And we're gonna put it on our pan. Good. And we're gonna let it stay here for maybe a few seconds, maybe 20 seconds, 25 seconds. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to oil it. Just oil this part so that when I flip it, this would have some oil on it because I don't want it sticking to the pan. And that's it, guys. That's how you make your, I know some people call it Dhalpuri and all kind of stuff, but I call it roti skin. So this is how I make my Bajan roti skin. Now I'm going to flip it. You see it's starting to come up a little bit. So I'm going to flip it and I'm going to hold it like this and flip it. There we go. And I will put some more oil on it. And I'm just going to let it stay here until both sides are like golden brown before I go on to the next one. So I put some more oil on it so that when I flip it, that part would be nice and oil and won't stick to the pan. Now, ooh, hot, hot, hot. Okay, guys, now the roti skin has completed. And this roti is a little yellow. The skin is a little yellow. That's because I put the turmeric in there and you have the split peas. Of course, I made some curry chicken to go inside of my roti because these are chicken rotis. And I have a recipe up online of how I made my curry before. But the difference with this curry is that I added more potatoes to this curry because I wanted it to be a little thicker. I did not add peppers and I did not add tomatoes or carrots to this curry. I just add extra potatoes to get it, you know, to thicken it up. So this is my curry. My husband have already eaten some of it and I'm telling him don't eat any more because I need to put these and make in my roti skin because this is good. He said it's the bomb. It's good. Okay, so let me go ahead now. Now you see that my skin is all done. They came out really nice. And I'm going to take some of my cut-right paper. Hope I have enough room here that you can see what I'm doing right here. I have some paper right here. And I'm going to take and open up my skin right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of my curry in here. I'm telling you guys, this curry came out really good. And ladies and gentlemen, this is is your Bajan chicken roti. Okay, and just wrap it up until you're ready to eat it, or if you're giving it to a friend, just wrap it up like that nicely, and you have a roti. I'll make another one. Make one more. And let me just get my guys, and here you have your Bajan chicken roti. Guys, this roti was not that hard to make. You just gotta get the dough right. So when you knead your dough, make sure your dough is nice and soft, and you knead it and you press it down and you knead it and get it. You don't want the dough to be too tough. You want it to be nice and soft. Okay, so you press down your dough, and then you sit it aside for like 30 or 40 minutes, and then you come back and you saw how I put the peas inside of it and roll it and flatten it out, and then put it on my skillet over there, and I made these. I think that you may have to play around with it for a little bit until you get it just right. But guys, here in where I live in my area, I have some friends of mine, and there's something that a lot of them have been doing now because of this new website that's called Zoom. Because of this new website Zoom, a lot of my friends know what they do is they get together and they cook on Zoom. So you could be in Barbados, you can have a friend or relative that's in New York or London or wherever they may be, and you get together on Zoom, because Zoom, more than one person can get together. You can have a few people together at one time. And what you do is you said, okay, let's make some Tinaraine's roti skin. And what you do is when you guys decide what you're gonna do, you go out, you get the materials that you need, and then say 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock or whatever time you're gonna meet, everybody meet up, and then you're in your own kitchen and you can cook, and everybody cooks together. So that is the new thing that's been happening here. So if you guys want to do that when you're home, so you can cook with your friends, make Tinaraine's roti, make her mac and cheese, whatever with your friends, that's a great idea. Okay, so guys, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you try these rotis for yourself, and if it doesn't come out good the first time, just do it again. Just keep doing it until you get it. You know how to make the curry. You can go up there and just look at my link, and you see how to make curry. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I had fun making these, and I hope you have fun making it with for your family and with your friends. Until next time, bye bye.